Welcome back.
Hi, foster family. Welcome back.
Yes. So we are ready to do our part two of leaving the West.
Yes.
Yes.
Coming to the East.
The East, yes.
Africa, the continent.
The continent.
But primarily West Africa,
West Africa.
the Gambia.
The Gambia.
Because that's where we are, and that's what we can talk about.
Right.
Where we are.
Where we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
West Africa, the Gambia. It's lit too, y'all. Yes. I mean, the weather is awesome.
It is. Very nice.
Sun is so sweet, so good. But there are some differences and some challenges and some unfamiliars that you have to get acquainted with or adjusted to. I didn't say acquainted, but you have to get adjusted to. So we're here to discuss.
So number one, do your homework.
Yes, research. Guys.
Yes.
To research, go online, and I suggest that you research English speaking African countries, or African countries where English is like a national language, or English is a part of that country, because language makes a huge difference. It makes a big difference.
Unless you're a genius and you pick up languages like that and you want to explore or learn something else, then go for it.
Yeah. If not, then research English speaking African countries, I guess. Also, too, you want to look out for vaccination requirements.
Yes.
Some countries require that, some countries don't. If you are about that life and it doesn't really matter to you taking, vaccines, then okay. But if you're not about that life and it matters to you, then you want to do your research.
Yes.
Also, too, for research.
Well, let me say, when you do your research for the vaccinations, then when you go to the site that's telling you what's required, pay attention to what's required and what's recommended, because recommended does not mean required. And so it's your body, you decide when it says recommended.
Exactly.
If it says required, maybe you want to go to a
different
country.
spot, different location.
Yes.
Like, let me share a small story with you. There was one sister here from the West, from America. She came to, I think she repatriated here. Yeah, she actually came to move here just on the first trip. First trip, she just came and she was staying. I did that too, by the way. Some people do it like that, some people don't. But in her efforts to get here, she was given a list of required vaccinations. And like my aunt said, there's a difference between required and recommended. So let me correct myself. She was given a list of recommended vaccines. And I think that came from the travel agent. The travel agent that booked her ticket for her had given her a printout of recommended vaccines. This lady wound up taking the yellow fever vaccine. She started on anti-malaria medications, and they had also given her doxycycline antibiotics in the event that she may get malaria. And those things are not necessarily required. They may be recommended, but as far as I know, you don't have to have any of those to enter into the Gambia.
Right.
So do your research. Check for vaccines, check for language. That's very important. And even also to job opportunities. I have a friend here from the UK. He's a teacher here. He's like I say, from the UK, but he's teaching here. He was able to find a teaching job. So if you're from like a profession that you think you want to use when you get here, check to see job availabilities, within that area. So just do your research, and also too, guys, I would check on the safety of the country. Thank goodness here in the Gambia there's peace pretty much. But there are some countries here on the continent that aren't so peaceful, that are going through certain strife and certain wars and certain, they're having certain situations. So you want to look for peaceful countries where they speak English and where there's a possible chance of you still continuing your profession if that's what you want to do as far as profession goes. So the bottom line here is research, research, research.
Yes,
Okay.
Definitely. One of the things that I looked at, well, several of the things that I looked at in researching to come here is it me? Can I deal with the way things are ran here? You need to really evaluate yourself and know what it is that you can deal with, what you're looking for. I had to see what I'm looking for in a place to live. And if you're not looking for certain things, you need to know that, because when you get to a continent, it's a big thing to move. It's a huge thing to move, to leave everything else, take your money and move. And so when you're doing that, you don't want to just make that move without knowing where you're going. So it's really important to just do maybe a checklist of all the things that the country has to offer versus all the things that you're looking for in a country, period. What kind of things may bother you. Like for me, the only thing that I disliked here was that it's dusty. I can get over that. That was not a breaker. So yeah, look at those things.
And it's dusty, guys, because it's a lot of sand. The Gambia is surrounded by water, and with water comes sand. So that's where the majority of the dust is coming from.
Yes.
And as far as looking for what you want, even though I didn't take the approach of coming first to check it out, I would suggest and recommend that if you're able to fly over for a while, or for a small trip, for a short trip, just to check out the place, I would recommend that you do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I would recommend that you come and check out the place first if you're able to. But again, if you're not able to and you just need to get the hell out quick, fast, and in a hurry, then that could work also. It might be a little difficult finding your footing, because you're coming to get things set up without having a plan ahead of time. But it's not impossible. A lot of people have done it that way. But if you're able to come over first for a trip, then I would suggest that you do it like that. And then again, if you're not able to, still come anyway, because if you have it in you to survive, then you're going to survive. Make sure you have your monies, and then you would have to have established links. So make sure you do your research. Please don't buy land from anybody over the internet. Please don't do that. If you're interested in buying land, when you get, don't buy land over the internet. Make sure you're here on the spot, and you will want to, as much as possible, link with someone from the diaspora, someone like FASA, who has some experience here. We're on the ground. Speak with other individuals that that come from your community back in the West that are now here in Africa. Make friends, make links, network, so that people can show you around, because the same hustle and bustle that exists over there, it exists everywhere in the world. Okay, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but unfortunately, some land fraudulent activities do happen here. They do happen here. So, yeah.
I want to piggyback off of when you come to visit, if you can, I think it would be best if you would, instead of going to all the tourist sites, if you're coming to find out if this is the place for you, it would be best if you try to stay in the village. Try to stay in the area where you're going to meet the people you're going to see the people, you're going to see how they live and everything, and that way you can better evaluate whether this is the place for you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Village life, it would be somewhat different in comparison to the West. I mean, as far as the accommodations, like now, I'm accustomed to taking cold showers. I don't live in a, is this a village? No, this isn't the village. But hot water, it's not so common as it is over there in the West, you know. But you get accustomed to it, and to me, it's not so bad because it's warm and it's hot over here like all the time. There may be an issue with mosquitoes, you know. It's yeah, there may, but there's a solution to that situation, you know. They have certain things that you can burn that will run away the mosquitoes, or certain tactics you can try, like spraying your room before you sleep with bug spray, and it'll help, you know, with mosquitoes at night.
You use a net.
Yeah, a net, that's very good. You can use a net. So,
And of course, there's mosquitoes in the States, so it's not, you know, a new thing.
if there are any left, because you
whatever
know
you-
they've been doing all that.
That's true. But whatever you would have done for mosquitoes there, you know, just
Right.
bring it here.
Don't go outside dousing yourself in all of this,
Perfume, yeah.
because they're going to get you. They're going to get you. So
Yes.
just be, be smart, you know, be smart. Be smart with that. So,
That's what to expect. We talk about what to expect. What to expect. Well, there's a lot of different things that probably you can expect here. One of the biggest things, so I'm a fraidy cat when it comes to animals. I'm so afraid of animals. And here they live with the animals, like not in their houses, no more than we do there. But what I'm saying is that when you walk the streets here, so are the cows, so are the goats, so are the pigs, so are the
chickens.
everything's walking
The
the
dogs.
streets next to you.
Yeah.
And I had to get used to that. But the difference is that in the U.S., the animals are more aggressive. Here, they're calm. They do not attack you. They're monkeys. Everything. You can see them as you walk the streets. And that makes me feel like I'm getting used to animals and I'm not afraid. But I know if I go back to the West, it'll be a different story. But yeah, that was a big thing for me. So I feel really good about that. Yeah.
I would say that something that you would have to expect is the difference in cultures. You know, we coming from the West have a tendency to be outspoken, to be, I guess, liberal in some ways, irrespective if you are conservative or whatever else they call it, but liberal in the fact that you speak up for yourself or you speak your idea. It doesn't matter, you know, like if others agree with it or not, you know that your idea is your idea and you have a right to speak it. Sometimes, well, what I've learned is that I've had to conform. I've had to conform to the structure of this society to keep from making my life complicated, to keep from making my life more hectic. There are two prominent religions here, Islam being the main one, and then there's Christianity. Now, I don't see any strife between those two areas, but I do have to appreciate or recognize the layout of this society and their religions that they practice. So with that being said, dress code is appropriate. I mean, you have to be like mindful of your dress code. You have to be mindful. You can wear whatever you want to wear, but if you dress too far outside of their norm, be expected to receive, you know, no one is going to flog you or even really like, you know, approach you, but you might just pick up on some uncomfortable vibes,
some looks,
some looks.
some talking, but in a different language, so you don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's something when you automatically stick out because you're a foreigner.
Yes.
Even though we're all like melanated, our melanin tends to look a little bit different than theirs. I've been told that we have a red tint
Yeah, a red tint in our skin.
to our complexion. So you're automatically identified as a foreigner. Sometimes people are okay. Sometimes people are maybe standoffish because of it. So you want to try to assimilate as much as you can to make your life easy for you. So that means being mindful of your dress code too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that everybody's like covered, because they're not. Some people, enough people wear things like this, and they may even wear shorts, but they're not wearing the Daisy Dukes and the do you see that? The Daisy Dukes and the belly tops? And
I have seen that maybe once or twice, but that was with Africans that are on the continent, not necessarily Gambians. I think it was maybe Nigerians or something like that.
I think you're right. Yeah, or maybe even on the beach too.
Right.
But
yes.
to go into the marketplace, or to go, into a government establishment, you just have to try to assimilate and blend in for your own comfort level.
Right.
Now, if you want to be gung-ho and just be like, well, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, then, the reception may not be too warm or welcoming behind that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just have to expect that the cultures are different, and you cannot try to change people's minds or change their way of doing things, especially when you're in their environment. When you come to their environment, you have to kind of, go along with their program.
Yeah, so mostly.
Yeah, but maintain your own identity.
Yes.
But just don't be so like, well, this is my rights, because your U.S. rights do not exist in Uganda.
They do not. They're gone out the door.
Your American rights or your Canadian rights or your UK rights, they don't exist in the Gambia. You have to behave yourself in accordance to make your life a little bit more comfortable for yourself.
Exactly.
Right?
So what to bring?
Mm-hmm.
What should you bring?
Yes.
So what I have found is that most things that you can buy here, if it's brand new, it is the worst that China has made.
You know this is on YouTube.
Yes, I do. China sends its worst here. Yes.
Yeah.
So everything just falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah, they don't send the best of the best here. So an example would be chargers for your phones.
Blenders.
Yeah, well, if you're coming for a visit first. I'm not even talking about household items, just simple things if you're coming for a visit first.
Yes, well, my smoothie maker is almost burned up.
You bring your smoothie maker with you for a visit?
I brought it for a visit, yes, I brought it for a visit. Yeah. And I even put it in the step down, and it started burning, so I couldn't use it. So.
That has a lot to do with the voltage, though.
Yes.
A lot of electronics from the West are built with a voltage that's much stronger or more powerful. No, is it the other way around?
It's the other way around. Here it's a 220 and there it's a 120. Yeah. So it's stronger here. Mm-hmm. So the things that you have now, chargers and stuff like that, that's kind of okay. But when you bring your iron or anything like that, you have to have a step down. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe then it's best then to even purchase their electronics here.
That, but if you're visiting, just buy a converter. The step down. Yes, buy one of those. I bought mine on Amazon before I came here when I visited. And so I was able to use that, and that helps with charging my phone, my laptop, my iron, things like that.
Oh, so it has like the port or the plug that's
To plug into, and it converts the wattage.
okay.
Yes, it
Mhm.
converts it so that it's not giving out too much energy into your device.
Okay. Yeah. See. And then again, phone chargers, because their chargers don't last long here. You know what I mean?
And that might be the
And it could be the reason why phones
Yeah.
crash and clash here too. Because
Yeah.
I had my phone has failed me once or twice.
Oh, and you can get the converters here as well. So, yeah.
hmm So personal hygiene, personal hygiene items. Ladies, well, I mean, you know, your toiletries that you pack, your personal hygiene items, you want to make sure, you know, you bring enough of those. I'm not saying that they're not available, but me, myself, I question certain things that's coming here because unfortunately, a lot of our products here are not manufactured here. They're manufactured from other parts of the world. And there's a tendency to think that subhuman beings exist here so they can deliver poor quality products here. So, for example, panty liners. Panty liners, I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, I bought probably a whole suitcase full of them. I've been here for over a year now and I still have a supply. I wouldn't trust anything like that so personal on my body off the shelves from here. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of supplies. Maybe somebody's going to send me something. I don't know, but something like that. If you use Summer Eve or, you know, those type of things that have to go inside of you internally, bring those products with you. I use it, but I use water. I dump it all out and use water. But I'm just saying for intimate things like that. You want to make sure you bring those with you. Even makeup. Sometimes it's so hard for me to find eyebrow pencil. I use a little eyebrow pencil. It's kind of hard to find those basic things, you know, the basic things like that. What else are there? I don't recommend it, but if you take things for headaches or for cramps, bring stuff like that if you can. Medicine for allergies, you know, if you have issues like that, or if you have problems with dry eyes, you know, make sure you bring eye drops, you know, things like that. Some of those products may be available here, but again, just to trust the authenticity of it's kind of like a gamble.
Right.
There was a situation a few months back here in the Gambia where like 66 kids died from some contaminated cough syrup that was manufactured, and I think packaged in India. 66 children died off of cough syrup. So as much as we love Mama Africa, the entire world don't always feel that way.
Right.
And sometimes we can just get the worst of stuff. So yeah, when you're you know, bringing yourself, just you know, try to keep that in mind too. Yeah.
Because it's so hot, you do not want to bring heavy clothing. When I moved to Florida, I noticed that the clothes there, even the t-shirts, were thinner because in areas of Florida it's hotter, right? So to me, I felt like the quality of the shirt was lowered when I went to Florida, and it's not for that reason. It's because it's so hot there. Well, it's pretty hot here too. So you will want to make sure you have a thinner cotton or whatever for the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're someone that's into writing and keeping notes, and you have to have stationery, books, pencils, paper, ledgers, bring those things with you. You know, because there isn't like a Costco or Walgreens or Walmart or something like that where you can just run and get those things. Certain items are harder to come by, you know, and yeah. So I would recommend that you know, if you're into, you know, using stationery, then bring stationery with you. Yeah, bring stationery with you.
If you have a favorite food item, like I've been here just over 11 months, and there are things that I cannot find at the shop, the market, that we find in every store, in the States. And so you might do a little research to see if those things specifically that you must have, whether they have them here or not. And there are no big Walmarts. There are no big.
There's no Walmart.
There's no big grocery stores here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's many markets.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you go to those mini markets, you may find the salt that you want. You may not. You may have to go to another one, and another one, and another one. So the things that you must have, you want to bring it with you. That special sauce or whatever it is that you prefer.
And we're not saying anything to bash this place, because me personally, I'll never leave this place. I'm just so in love with this place. But I'm just speaking of some items that you if it's something that brings you comfort and something that you enjoy having, then you might want to bring it with you, because you may not be able to find it so easily once you get here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all we're saying. Okay? So, yeah, I guess is that it, or do we have more to say?
We might come up with more, you guys, on another video.
Yeah. And any questions that you guys have, leave them down below. Ask your questions, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. Again, you can go to our Facebook group and page also over there. Follow us over there or ask questions over there. You can link us on our WhatsApp number for questions, our email, and link us for questions. Yeah, so like my ad says, we will have more to say in the next videos.
Yes. Oh, but there's one more thing. We have to let you know that we have a GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have a GoFundMe, and we would like to get as much support as possible, because we have a project that we're working on currently.
Right. The project is to aid and assist one of the communities here, one of the more impoverished communities. Some communities thrive better than others, and that means to say that some don't thrive as well. And so we've taken up the responsibility of assisting one of those impoverished impoverished communities. We want to help them with electricity. We want to help them with water.
Clean drinking water.
Yeah, so we've established a GoFundMe, which should be in the description box or in the link.
And if you don't see it there, look at our Facebook page. We'll have it there.
Yeah, and just donate, guys, whatever you can, because every little bit helps.
And sisters, if you're interested in being a part of our association, just put that in the email or something, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, where you can join and become an official member. And we also like to welcome the brothers too as honorary support members, because the sisters need the support of the brothers. So brothers, if you are interested in being hands-on, even if you're far away, if you're interested in being hands-on here in the motherland and assisting the sisters, in supporting, what's happening here in the motherland, come to us.
We want you. We need you.
Yes, we do. Guys, one last thing too that you might want to bring with you when you're coming. We're adults here, right? And people do adult grown-up things. Prophylactics. You know what I'm saying? Bring prophylactics, because again, you don't want to trust that safety is as safe as the FDA. Would the Food Drug Administration be ruling over that, back over there?
I think so.
Yeah, drugs, prophylactics,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You just don't want to assume that the same standards of safety applies here as it does over there.
Mm-hmm.
So think smart and think ahead.
Yes.
Think ahead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay.
Bye on that note.
Bye.